Now yesterday, when I was trying to decide which one of these two blanks was I going to use on my flashlight kit, I said, well, we'll use this one. And I took this one, and I left this one for everybody to see. So it was confusing. Does it mean that I'm going to use the one that I took, or am I going to use the one that I left? Well, I'm going to use the one that I took, and the reason being is because the growth rings are more symmetrical on both sides. You notice on this one, they're pretty well even on this side as well as on this side here. Whereas this one, the growth rings are not the same on both sides. Turn it around and you'll see that it's not quite as symmetrical here. This little piece here should be more in the center, like this one is. At least that's my thinking. So I am going to use this one on the flashlight kit. Now, as near as I can tell, I have all the parts laid out in the order that they're supposed to go. Now, the only thing I'm not sure about, and the instructions aren't clear on it, at least not as far as I can tell, is which way does the little plastic lens go in? It can go two different ways. I think I know which way it goes, but I don't know. I guess I'll have to wait and see. And as far as all the electronic circuitry in that little circuit board goes, wow, I didn't think it took all that sort of stuff to make an LED work. In fact, I know it doesn't. So there must be more going on there. It could be that every time you push the button in the back, something different happens. I have another flashlight that does something like that. Anyway, we're going to soon find out, because I'm going to put it together now. Now, I don't know why they tell me to take that off, but they do. Maybe it's so that the metal here can make contact with the metal somewhere else. It's the only thing I can think of. Now I'm doing this in order of the instructions. Now this is where I'm not sure. It can go on like this, or it can go on like this. And going by the way it's shaped there, it sort of looks like it's supposed to go on like this. Now I think I'm supposed to actually just force that inside there, because it doesn't say anything about gluing it. I'm going to have to think about this for a minute. Well, I'm pretty sure it goes like that. Wow, that's going to be a tight fit. Well, I can't see how that can go. That plastic lens is just too big. It should be about a millimeter smaller in diameter. Unless I'm supposed to use the pen press. I wonder if I'm supposed to use the pen press. Now it talks about removing the protective paper from the lens. Well, this lens didn't have any protective paper. I looked with the magnifying glass and I didn't see anything. Carefully push or press the lens into the end of the head until it's flush with the end of the head. Well, maybe I'll try the pen press. I don't want to break anything here. This is not going to be easy. Well, here goes. Putting the pressure on. Yeah, it went in. I think it's okay. It sure isn't going to fall out, that's for sure. Now I'm hoping that this is going to be a nice firm fit. Otherwise I'm going to have to pull it apart and put a little bit of CA glue in there, and I don't want to have to do that. Anyway, here we go. That felt good. That felt really good. And another nice fit. At least I think it is. Now here's something that I sometimes have a problem with, and that is getting these little rings separated so I can get them onto something without scratching the gold plating on this, because I do believe this is genuine gold plating. So I'm going to want to be really careful here. And I'm trying to hold it so that the camera can see it, and yet I can still get it in there. Okay, I think I got it here. Yeah. Okay. Now, battery goes in here. Nope, goes in here. Pointy end first. Positive, I know it's positive. Okay. Now this should go in here. Now you're seeing this along with me for the first time here. I'm hoping everything's going to work out okay. It may or may not work. There's a little button in the back there, and the idea is I push it and something should happen. Nothing happened. Okay, now we're going to troubleshoot here and see what's wrong. Well, I checked the battery. It's not the battery, it's a brand new battery, and it's right up. And I bypassed the switch using a jumper cable, just in case. Thought maybe the switch was faulty. Still nothing. Now, this is pressed in there really hard. There's no way I can pull it apart, and I definitely can't press it apart like I would say if it was a pen. I do have some tools that I can actually do that, but I can't. So, and this little lens is in there so tight, I can't pry that out without really damaging it. The only thing I can think of doing at this point is maybe pushing it in about 1 millimeter further. So I'm going to try that, see if I can find something that's maybe a bushing or something, and just push this in just a little further. Maybe somehow it's not making contact right here. That's about all I can think of at this point. There's so many things that can be wrong. Okay, at this point I've got nothing to lose here. It's not working anyway. So let's just go very carefully here. Let's see what happened there. Yeah, it moved a little bit. Let's try it now. Well, what can I say? Okay, I've been giving the little box a lot of thought, and I'm going to turn this differently to what I originally thought. I think what I'm going to try to do is turn the end so that it will match this. You know what I mean? Then I'll have a little bit of a tenon here that I can grab onto with the chuck. Well, I can show you a lot easier than I can try and describe it. Anyway, that's the next step. And yes, this works.